Kevin O'Leary said something on national television that honestly made my stomach drop a little bit. He was defending one of the largest AI data center projects ever proposed in America, a 40,000-acre campus in northern Utah. Bigger than Washington, D.C., more than twice the size of Manhattan, sitting right next to the already shrinking Great Salt Lake. And when Tucker Carlson pressed him about the tax breaks, the water, the energy, the small-town county that just got steamrolled by a $100 billion project, Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful himself, smiled and said, "Welcome to America, buddy." I'm Christi Chanelle, and this is Sassy Politics. Kevin O'Leary had the nerve, and honestly the balls, to say on a podcast he knew would be published everywhere, "Welcome to America, buddy." Like regular people are just supposed to accept it. Like communities are supposed to roll over and say, "Well, I guess billionaires need our water now." And I don't know if it was the smug or the smirk or the casual way a billionaire shrugged off real people's concerns like they were inconvenient. But that line is going to stick with me for a very long time. Because the more I research these AI data centers, the less this started feeling like the future, and the more it started feeling like regular people being told, sit down, shut up, and accept whatever billionaires decide to build in your backyard. And honestly, we all know that this is how a lot of stuff has worked for years. Most of us just didn't realize it was happening until it started becoming really difficult to ignore. But now people are paying attention. Communities are starting to ask questions. But those warning signs are getting louder. People that are living near these facilities are talking about constant humming, headaches, vibrations, sleep disruption, anxiety, low water pressure, rising electric bills, and entire communities are changing almost overnight. And then I heard something that stopped me in my tracks. Erin freaking Brockovich. Yeah, that Erin Brockovich is now tracking AI data centers across America. And that is when I went, okay, wait a minute. Because the woman whose entire legacy was built on listening to communities when something felt wrong, like she was the hero in this story of the government being the villain. She's now sounding the alarm about the AI infrastructure. So forgive me for asking, but what exactly are we building? Who is building it? Who is paying for it? And why do regular people always seem to be the last ones to know what's happening in their own communities? Welcome to Sassy Politics, because today we are talking about AI data centers. Kevin O'Leary, Erin Brockovich, Texas, water, power grids, billionaires, and whether the future is being built with us or steamrolled over us. My personal opinion is it's kind of feeling like it's being steamrolled over us. But I'd like for you to make your own decision, and I'd like to know how you feel. So after this episode, please jump in the comments and tell me if you think I am overreacting, if Erin Brockovich is overreacting, and if Kevin O'Leary is your new hero. All right. Welcome to America, friends. Let's start in Box Elder County, Utah. Population around 65,000. Rural, I can never say that word, so just like, you know what I'm talking about. Rural ranching country, quiet, wide open land, sitting right above the Great Salt Lake. Earlier this year, county commissioners held a meeting about a proposed AI project called Stratos Project, also known as Wonder Valley. And this was backed by O'Leary Ventures. Here's what they're voting on. A 40,000-acre AI data center campus, potentially requiring up to 9 gigawatts of power. A project with a reported price tag around $100 billion. And residents showed up, packed the meeting, holding signs, asking questions, normal questions. What about the noise? How about air quality? What about our property values or infrastructure? And according to reporting, one commissioner reportedly told residents to grow up. Grow up. I'm sorry. Asking questions before billionaires reshape your entire county is now considered immature? And then officials approved the project while residents watched remotely. The real question is, who controls it? Who profits from it, and who absorbs the consequences? Why should taxpayers subsidize one of the wealthiest industries in human history? And Kevin O'Leary basically said, if one state won't do it, another state will. I'll go to Texas, I think was the next state. Great, because that's where I live. Love that. Love everything about that. He's like, if you don't do it, I'm going over here. But that also means states are now competing to give it away. The land, the water, tax incentives, infrastructure, and power capacity to attract AI infrastructure. This is bigger than Kevin O'Leary. Let's be clear, Kevin O'Leary is one face in a much larger movement. Because in January 2025, a major AI infrastructure initiative was announced called Stargate, involving OpenAI, Oracle, which also owns TikTok, SoftBank, and other major tech players. And I would like to explain something that I didn't know until really getting in and researching this. So don't feel stupid. They haven't told you anything. This cloud is not a cloud. This cloud is a giant industrial facility full of overheating computer chips. And overheating computer chips need cooling. And cooling, it needs electricity. Cooling often needs water. A lot of water. Texas already has hundreds of operational data centers. And many more are being planned, especially in rural communities with less political power, less media attention, and less infrastructure. Because you know what that means? Less resistance. And maybe that's a coincidence, or maybe these companies know exactly where it's easiest to build. I couldn't tell you. But I am leaving it up to you to make that decision. The water problem. Let's talk about the water. Large AI data centers can use millions of gallons of water per day. Places already dealing with drought condition, that matters a lot. Texas is already dealing with this. Drought, heat, water strain, power grid concerns. Do you remember the big freeze? Nobody had electricity, including myself. Power grids are a major concern. And Corpus Christi is currently dealing with severe water concerns. Reservoir levels are dangerously low. Restrictions are already happening everywhere, and officials are openly discussing emergency scenarios if conditions worsen. So I think regular people have every right to ask, and they aren't being immature by doing it. Why are we dramatically increasing industrial demand in areas already struggling with water? And no, I'm not saying AI itself is evil. I'm saying the warning signs deserve attention, because history has shown us something very important. Communities often notice the problem before institutions even admit it. That hum, let's talk about that hum. Something that honestly kind of freaked me out, the sound. Because these facilities operate 24 hours a day. They never stop. The cooling systems never stop. The fans never stop. Backup generators never stop. And people living near some facilities describe humming, buzzing, vibrations, pressure sensations, ringing ears, headaches, anxiety, sleep disruption. One resident described it as feeling like an internal organ vibration. That's horrifying. And researchers are now studying the effects of long-term industrial noise and infrasound exposure. I have never even heard that word or said it before. Infrasound. So when communities say something feels wrong, maybe we should stop dismissing them. You know what I'm saying? Now let's talk about the part everybody eventually is going to feel no matter what. Money. Now, here's where I probably get your attention. I know it would get mine. Regular people may literally subsidize the energy demands of AI infrastructure through higher utility costs. So when billionaires say this is the future, regular people are asking, okay, but who is paying for it? Let's bring this back around to Erin Brockovich. Erin Brockovich became Erin Brockovich because she listened to ordinary people, families, mothers, communities, people saying, something feels wrong here. She listened, and now she has launched a public data center tracking website, BrockovichDataCenter.com, an interactive map where people can search their area, look up facilities, see reported concerns, and submit reports themselves. And within 1 week of launching, the site reportedly received 1,600 community reports, complaints involving noise, water concerns, infrastructure strain, electric bills, and health concern. And that's why this matters, because ordinary people across the country are independently raising similar concerns. Erin Brockovich said something that really stuck with me. She said the race to build AI infrastructures is unfolding town by town across America. Town by town. That is exactly what this is. Okay, so what do? I refuse to leave everybody hopeless. I cannot do an episode and just be like, okay, that's it, pack it up, it's over. I'm never going to do that. Because warning signs are not meant to scare us into silence. They're meant to wake us up. So here's what people can do. First, go research what's being built near you. Seriously, look it up. Check your county. Check your meetings. Local proposals, go to BrockovichDataCenter.com. Knowledge is the power. Second, pay attention to local government, because a lot of these decisions are happening quietly at the county and city level. It's not happening nationally. It's happening locally. Third, ask grown-up questions out loud. How much water will this use? Where is the water coming from? How much power will it require? What happens during a drought? Who pays for infrastructure upgrades? How many permanent jobs are actually being created? Is it just the building of the data center, or will there be jobs afterwards? What happens if the project expands later? Those are very responsible adult questions. And finally, talk to each other, because one person asking questions can be ignored. A community asking questions become harder to dismiss. So here's where I land. I am not anti-technology. I am not anti-progress, and I am not anti-AI. I am pro-transparency, pro-community consent, pro-water, pro-infrastructure, pro-planning, and pro-asking questions before billionaires reshape small towns in the name of intervention. Because if this future is truly good for communities, then explaining it clearly should not be an issue. Show us the numbers, show us the studies, show us the long-term plan, show us the actual impact. Because Welcome to America, buddy, is not a community impact statement. So no, I'm not telling you what to think. I'm telling you to look, to listen, ask questions, pay attention, because regular people like you and me deserve to understand the future before it's built around them. We were never asked about AI. It's time we demand to be part of the discussion. And maybe that's where Erin Brockovich recognized before the rest of us did. Communities noticing warning signs while powerful people tell them everything is fine. They have been telling us everything is fine for my entire life. And it's been a lie. So stay curious, do your own research, talk to your neighbors, show up to meetings, pay attention to your community. Because AI may be artificial, but the water is real. And so is the electricity, the land, the noise, the people, and the consequences. It's all very, very human. See you next Tuesday.